Welcome to Cyclops is Waiting for Me, an X-Men animated recap podcast with X-Men 97, Season 2, Episode 7, titled Strange Land, Savage Heart. I'm JC, and it has been a busy few weeks for me, coming off of San Diego Comic-Con, which we talked about last time. Got to see a lot of members of the cast, including, for the first time, meeting Abby Trott, who voices Spiral. But is way more famous for being like the main character in the anime Dan to Dan. So I'm pretty sure I'm like the only one who came up to her and actually like asked for X-Men stuff to be signed. Also, Eric Bauza was there. Eric is the voice of the Sentinels and Master Mold, but more famously known for being Bugs Bunny, like the modern day Bugs Bunny.
That's so wild too. Asian guy, right?
Yeah.
Facebook keeps trying to suggest him as a friend. And I was like, I don't know this man.
You're like, I have not met this
So
guy.
you said that name. I was like, oh, he's a voice actor. I guess that kind of makes sense.
Also, got to meet Chris, the voice of Archangel, for the very first time. Zara, who is the voice of Emma Frost. Carolina, who is the voice of Polaris, alongside a lot of the regular cast that we usually get to cross paths with, like Guy, Lenore, Holly, etc. And I finally met the second Newton brother. So
nice. Taylor. I haven't met Taylor yet.
I could check Taylor off my have met list. So
very cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, they seem to I was watching their stories on Instagram. They seem to have, because once again, for anybody who doesn't know, I didn't go. San Diego Comic-Con's not my jam. But I watched their Instagram stories. They seem to have like a heavy presence there. They did some panels and like walked around and stuff. Yep. So that was really cool.
Yeah. And then a quick reminder, the day after this goes live on Tuesday, August 4th, we are going to be doing a live podcast recording with our friends Matt and Nicole at Moby's in North Hollywood. Hopefully you hear this in time and can make it. We are doing a different format for the show, just in case the recording doesn't sound good for some reason and we have to lose it. We don't want to risk one of the regular episodes on that. But there is a X-Men art show taking place until it's either the 15th or the 16th. So even if you can't make it tomorrow night, definitely go support local artists and such. So
yeah, and Moby's is a great coffee shop. I know the owners. They're also the Moby's owners are also musicians and composers, and stuff. So like, and actually just like yeah, they catered the coffee for the Princess Rap Battle shoot that I was just at, because like, everybody in this area kind of just knows them.
Yep.
And I'm Rod, and I helped my neighbor on a video shoot yesterday, which took until 3:30 in the morning, so I'm very tired. But also, I got to see Spider-Man Brand New Day like a couple hours before recording this. I'm gonna zip my lips because JC hasn't seen it yet. We're gonna see it again, or he's gonna see it for the first time.
We're gonna see it in literally 3 hours from now.
Yeah. Don't let anyone tell you anything about it. It's almost all spoilers, but just as a general thing, I would say like if you're an MCU Marvel fan, you should see it. I think it's bound to become like essential viewing, but like I think they did a really good job, is my personal opinion. And like I mean, not for necessarily Marvel reasons, but for like personal reasons. Like it resonated a little bit more than I thought it was. So I was like, I didn't need an afternoon cry Marvel. Anyway,
So my plan is up until now I've been like a little like loosey goosey online, but like I decided after this podcast recording I'm not going on any social media because now it's like starting to pop up on the like East Coast of people getting out of midnight screenings or late screenings and such. The only thing I heard, which I am so happy to hear, is it doesn't focus on the multiversal stuff like what we saw in the last Spider-Man. It's a very street level story in terms of character and stuff. It's not hyper metaphysical and stuff like that. So if that's true, I'll be very happy about it. So
my lips are zipped.
Yeah,
I will say,
totally valid.
Did you watch any of the red carpet coverage?
No.
Well, a couple of our friends like Nathan and Anna were there. It was kind of funny.
Sorry,
congrats to them and their new.
I did see where the musician or the composer.
that's what I was gonna. Well, not the composer.
I did see that.
No, Steve. Not Michael Giacchino, right? Steve Lacy, right?
I'm not sure. I know it was a guy involved with the music, but he basically gave a massive character spoiler.
So Steve Lacy is the he did the like the pop song that went with the movie.
Okay.
You know, I think he's a singer or a rapper. I can't remember.
Okay.
Is like the end credits theme, and I guess no one told him not to say something very specific, and the interviewer was visibly panicking.
Oh yeah, that interviewer is worried that they're never going to get on the red carpet again because of that person's fuck up.
It's not her fault though. She didn't. She specifically said don't spoil it
at all. Yeah, no.
Anyway, that's probably the only like spoiler you might not expect from, because it's from like official sources, you know, and stuff. But like I don't know, if you're this close, yeah, do the same thing. Just stay offline and like go see it, because I think it was fantastic. It's not the best Marvel movie ever made, but like it's a great movie. I'm excited to see it again.
I will add this one thing. There is actually a spoiler that is tied to the Ryan Reynolds appearance from Hall H.
Oh yeah, I was really on the nose.
Yep. There's, so if you see anybody deep diving into that and you haven't seen it yet, I mean, this is going up on Monday, so you might kind of be in deep shit at this point. But yeah, so we're respecting the spoiler. So
yeah. But even that being said, because I was aware of like the rumors and stuff of spoilers. In my opinion, they did a good job of having plenty of surprises. Yeah. So I'll leave it at that. Also, like, if for anybody that cares, one end credit, but like weirdly way at the end, like to the point where my screening, like the Sony logo came up at the very end, where people were like, "Ah," and then it happened. Like, so I don't know what that was about.
So there wasn't even like a mid credit on it.
No mid credits. Like,
so it goes right to the bitterest of ends. Got it.
Well, yeah. So during the fancy credits, there's like B-roll of New York and stuff. There's no spoilers in this, but there's just like scenes of B-roll or whatever, and then it goes to the regular like scroll credits. Yeah, and then it goes all the way to like it looks like literally like the end credit scene popped up, and then the lights came up. Like, it usually, you know, it's like an end credit and then like a logo or something, and
or so and so will return in blah blah blah.
Yeah. There was a return.
Okay.
I'll take that back. There was a return at the end, which everybody knows what that's going to be. But like, anyway,
Venom will return. I'm saying that jokingly. I legit don't know. Don't take that as a spoiler.
So Cyclops is Waiting for Me is our podcast series where we're going back and watching every single X-Men animated episode we can find. This podcast started with the original 1992 X-Men the Animated Series, building up to the release of X-Men 97 Season 1. Since then, we've completed X-Men Evolution, Wolverine and the X-Men, and the X-Men anime, but we're back weekly for all of X-Men 97 Season 2, and we're in the home stretch. We waited so long for this, and this is the third to last episode. Over. Yeah, so after this week, we only have 2 more episodes, which is crazy. This episode feels like it just sets up the finale, essentially, so I don't know, we'll get into that.
Some quick reminders. We're a recap show about an episode that isn't even a week old yet. There are going to be spoilers, and if you don't want it spoiled for you, pause the podcast, watch the episode, and come back. Don't say we didn't warn you. We are currently not sponsored or affiliated with Marvel Animation, Disney, or Disney Plus in any way.
Although, if you want to send us to a premiere, go for it. I saw a bunch of my friends.
We could totally do that, and we won't spoil shit. So.
I know, right? And don't forget to follow us on social media at Cyclops IWFM Pod on Instagram, Threads, and Facebook.
Today, we're talking about Season 2, Episode 7, titled Strange Land, Savage Heart. It aired on July 29th of 2026. It currently sits at an 8.2 star rating on IMDb. I do have to bring up the rating. I am so confused at whoever is at IGN and doing the ratings, because they did the Weapon X episode as a 5, and then this episode got a 9.
Oh, wait, really?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I say I'm confused.
Yeah, no, there's some hater over there. Because, not that, like, we expected Weapon X to be a bottle episode, and it kind of was. But in comparison to this, I feel like that was a that was like a mainline episode, and this was a bottle episode.
That one I feel like is still more of a bottle episode, because the last one and this one were at least adding people back onto the team. So there's there's a progression to the team, as opposed to like the weird Wolverine story that was barely addressed before and hasn't been addressed since. Like, yeah. And Morph was last week very happy-go-lucky, you know?
Yeah. But I guess what I mean is, like, I know this one basically sets up somebody coming back, but like that could have happened at any other that could happen in like a pre-roll or something. And, you know, like
well, I'm talking more about Colossus. So
yeah, that's what I mean. Like him coming back, like it could have, because all that happened so quick. But I mean, it was still fun. I would say like I've loved. Okay, Lucy's running around here like a pony. I still loved, even though this is like my least favorite. I've loved every single episode, like more than most animated series and stuff. So this is still really good. I was still really entertained. I'm not familiar with Exodus. I didn't realize I had seen his action figure as a kid. I never had it myself, but I remember the packaging when I saw the toy. I know there's probably some Exodus fans out there not happy with this episode, but
so let's just like open that can of worms up. Everybody who saw Exodus dancing in Genosha and not fighting the Sentinel was pissed last season.
Yeah,
this takes it to a whole nother level because Exodus is Omega level.
Yeah.
Like in the modern comic era, coming off of like the Krakoa story, he was like on the council, like he was like one of the leaders of Krakoa, and he just gets bitched out in this episode so badly.
So he's not really dead though, right? Because at this point,
they're just killing everybody so willy nilly. I don't know who can actually be like perma dead. Yeah, I'm
pretty sure, because just being an outsider, that like this just means there's a reset. Yeah, because there's so many people that are dead, and like, especially at the we'll talk about the very end of this episode, but like, there's something else cooking. I don't know about what's going on, but yeah. Anyway,
so jumping right in on the Previously On, we have Rogue doing the Previously On, which it's very much a Nightcrawler episode more than a Rogue episode. So it feels like it should have been Adrian doing it, but maybe they just hadn't found a good one to use for Rogue yet, so they decided to give her this one. And it's, you know, some flashbacks around the Nightcrawler Mystique story, which was his speech he was giving in the previous season. You see a quick shot of like Reverend Stryker on TV. I thought was interesting. Like they made to insert that, and you get a little bit more of the Creed Sabretooth stuff from the Weapon X episode, where it was like, yeah, I should have killed that runt when I had the shot. And then some of the back and forth between Val Cooper and Xavier with regard to X-Corp. So going into the intro itself, we see they are giving Polaris full-fledged membership to the team by having her own title card.
And she has a great title card. Like, I love the imagery, and she had more of the Aurora Borealis stuff behind her. And
new stuff that wasn't there previously. You do see the Executioner shot with his arm cannon. That's something that hasn't been in there before. You see a reanimation of when Mystique like dropped Nightcrawler down a waterfall from the original show. And then they also inserted Creed with Apocalypse when he realized that his virus wasn't going to work in, I think that was season 2 that took place, that one, because that was Creed, Apocalypse, Cable, when Apocalypse went big and gigantic episode. So, yeah.
These animators are crazy, because every single intro has been new, even if a little bit. That's crazy.
Yep. Then you had the funniest comment when we were messaging after watching it for the first time about the start of the episode.
Yeah, it's just like, that feel-good intro, right? Because, like, you just see Genosha again, like, not even a little bit before. It's dead in the heat of that big bug thing, like, attacking.
When the Wild Sentinel is attacking. And Magneto is, like, starting to fight back, and then they transition the attention off of Magneto when he gets, like, blasted through the side of a building. And you see Colossus and Magik in, like, gala outfits, and they transform. They retcon this slightly, because aside from the fact that we don't see them in the Genosha scene from season 1, we never got the impression that Magik was on a New Mutant style team, because they only met Colossus at the beginning of X-Men the Animated Series. You see Illyana as a younger kid in it, and then we've seemingly followed their interactions with the X-Men, and there was never a second New Mutants team, and she's wearing the full New Mutants uniform like what Sunspot was wearing at the end of last season. So that part was retconny to me.
I think I seen a theory from Gina Ippolito that they followed. I'm not familiar with the comics, but like she said, there was a comic storyline where there's like a time dilation with Liliana.
If there is, I'm not personally familiar with that one. I do not watch the new Rockstar stuff outside of scrubbing for names because I don't want to influence what my opinions on the episode are on it.
Well, she was talking about it was whatever storyline where she got the magic sword. That may have like aged her up, but I don't know. Yeah, it's 3 years. Kids turn into teenagers real fast. Who knows?
I'm less concerned about the time jump from her aging up to the fact that she was wearing the uniform, because I do agree, like her in limbo story could make sense for her aging up, but her all of a sudden having like a uniform that is a very clear X-Men uniform, I thought was weird.
Yeah,
is what. So
either like the thing I said about like just everything resetting is going to happen, or they've left a lot of open space for either like some of the filler comics that you've been showing me, or to go back and see what happens, because I feel like the whole Colossus Magik thing she didn't even have any story. You know, like
no, and I don't know, especially from the trailer, I got the vibe that she was going to like have a full thing. So,
they showed her. I'll say they showed
almost
too much
her
in the trailer.
Her entire on-screen appearance happens in this trailer, and then the memorial later on. So
so they showed too much in the trailer because it didn't. I feel like it didn't hit the same way, like
because we knew she was already dying from it.
Yeah, and then it was basically just the intro to an episode. So
So I did also laugh when she's teleporting a few people to safety. This one was I will credit to Gina, that she pointed out that one of the mutants that we all assumed was Loa in the previous episode at the school was likely this was the actual Loa because of the character design being way more comic accurate. The woman with the red hair and the diamond on her forehead. And I agree totally with that assessment on it. And then Colossus throws a car at the face of the Sentinel, and it does absolutely nothing.
Yeah, well, because it's like, I guess it's supposed to show scale. The thing was like an ant.
Yeah. But also, it did change size. Like, it does have inconsistent sizing, and I hate to be, like, that pedantic guy. But, like, there are full-fledged, like, Sentinels coming out of its stomach. And then all of a sudden, like, Gambit's in front of its face, and it's, like, it's only two Gambit heights tall. So, like, something was... variability. It was kind of like a Megatron in Transformers.
That's so funny, because I think it was in the making of X-Men 97 Season 1. I think Jake specifically said that they went out of their way to work on scale for the first season. So I wonder if someone went out of their way.
The size of the Sentinels throw it off for me. So
yeah, because he keeps saying the original series, the Sentinel scales were so variable.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And then... let's talk about the death for a quick second. She's a teleporter. She's the fastest teleporter in the X-Men, faster than Kurt. And she takes the shot. There's a reason she did that. That cannot just be, I resigned. Like, she had to... there was a reason why she lets it hit her, right?
I was like actually confused, especially after the rewatch, because at first I thought Colossus yelling her name distracted her, and then the blast just happened too fast or something. But then when it cuts back, she's turned back around.
Yes.
So that's what like
he's yelling, they have eye contact, and then she turns back around. It felt like she intentionally took the hit. But it doesn't like save Colossus or anything.
Yeah, like that. But for what? Like no one else was around. She'd already teleported all those people out, and I don't know. I also love the idea of teleporting people out. It's like, you're safe now. It's like, from what? That thing is the size of this island. Like
and we know from a timeline perspective, actually, she's already been to Limo, because otherwise Morph would not have known to turn into Darkchild in season 1.
Oh, there you
go. Now I'm extra confused as to why she's dead.
Yeah. And we'll see if the writers keep that continuity, or if they listen to this and then know the continuity for next seasons.
Yeah.
Or I guess it just got confirmed X-Men season 3 is wrapped, right? So
and season 4 is greenlit
in production. So yeah, so maybe season 4. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, there was something about it that just felt weird. And now my theories of who the Horsemen are all completely fucked too.
Oh yeah. Well, maybe that's why she died. Like, is it just people from Genosha?
That's that's part of my theory, but also last episode kind of fucked it up because I thought that we were going to have Bobby be a horseman because the impression of the shots of like Lorna in her room, I thought was her mourning Bobby, that Bobby had gotten killed on Genosha too, but Bobby's just off being a fucking accountant, not caring right now, so.
Yeah, I don't know. We just lost track of him.
Yeah. He's been in the intro, but he hasn't actually been in an episode outside of like a framed photo at this point.
Yeah.
So Colossus turns over some rubble and sees her dead. So it's not like she even like took the blast and jumped to limbo or something like that. She's dead in theory. Mm-hmm. So, but I do still think what could come from this is Gambit, Magik, Marrow is a loose one, and Banshee. I do think Banshee could be resurrected as a horseman. Like if you're trying to pick 4 people who died definitively on Genosha, that's kind of my 4 horsemen bet right now. But I mean, the only guarantee is Gambit at this point. So
yeah, weren't there some Hellfire Club people that died too? That
Shaw.
The bodies of?
Shaw died.
So,
yep.
Maybe, like we have candidates.
Shaw and Callisto and Dazzler were also like named characters that we recognize.
Yo, a Dazzler horseman that'd become badass.
It's basically like the evil version of like Jubilee powers, kind of.
I was thinking Reputation era Taylor Swift.
There is a comic version of Dazzler where she goes from like disco queen to like punk queen before she ends up going back to disco. So
yeah,
it's kind of it would be a little too reminiscent of a recent story that happened in Legend of Vox Machina, though. But anyway, moving back to present day, you see you see Creed, who wants to run for president, and there's nothing subtle about this scene. It like
red hat
even to
everything.
the point, the red hat was there absolutely, and he gets people chanting like for humanity, talking about how President Kelly has his own squad of mutants that are there, and it's starting to see like this like uprising vibe, and the acolytes attack from through the roof. We're not going to play the game today, Rod.
Yeah, I didn't take any notes on who was there because there was literally like more than the last time.
Yes, sir. So the characters that do pop up, Senyaka, who we've talked about, the guy who has like the mask across his face. You have Random, which is the dude who has like the big transforming gun arms. Gargoyle, looks like a gargoyle. That one's easy. Frenzy is the black woman who does like the awesome drop kick. And then Carmella is the woman with the green hand. They wreck shop. You get the reveal that Colossus is the final one of the acolytes, and everybody tries shooting at him and it has absolutely no effect. So they don't have any for being tied to the Friends of Humanity. You'd think he'd have like the better Sentinel guns on his security service. So
I don't know.
That is where we get the Exodus reveal as the leader of this entire team. And it jumps to the news where you get the info dump of these are the people who are doing this all in memory of Magneto and dedicated to his cause. The newscaster is actually Jennifer Hale. So the voice of Jean, though Jean is only seen like drinking in a bar next to Scott, it is actually she's watching herself on TV, so to speak.
That's funny. I loved Cyclops' reaction. He was just like,
Yep. And Exodus emphasizes, we've seen this like number get set a few times now. 4,621 seconds is what it took to destroy Genosha, which is 77 minutes. So that's not accurate to like what our real time was as an audience or anything like that. They just really like to emphasize that time frame. Emphasizes Magneto's philosophy, and it's like, well, we can't appeal to your better side because you obviously don't have them. So we want everyone who was captured by the race traders of X Factor to be released. And that's where you see in one of their holding facilities, Pyro and Avalanche, which gives us the answer of what we've been asking for a while. What happened to Pyro and Avalanche?
I guess that's the thing is like, if we haven't seen a body, someone dead, then they're just in that prison. Like,
you also see a shadow in one of the cells shaped like Forearm, the action figure that we've talked about in the past. And not really a spoiler because it's out there online, but it looks like, I thought it was going to be this week based on some of the footage that's floating around, but Pyro and Avalanche look like they are coming back either next week or in the finale week. So,
oh, nice.
With the Mutant Liberation Front is the
Okay.
characters around it, basically.
So this was like a tease for them to be back.
Yep. And essentially, it's, you know, if they don't do it, then they're going to murder Creed in 24 hours. So,
Which, that's such a it's kind of a brilliant trade, because that really tests like humanity's, you know, like
how much
priorities.
do you value a human life? Yeah.
What that human life,
Right.
like, you know, like if you take like just a leader of like a very like bigoted niche group, and you know that's like had like not just like by opinion, but like convicted like atrocities.
Well,
You know?
we also get the impression that he hasn't been convicted. Anything that ever seems to happen, he gets let go for. And
Okay.
it's not like he has an ally in Kelly, because Kelly has been like neutral leaning friendly to the X-Men, not like a full-fledged ally, but not enough that he should just be like on the side of Creed, you know? Yeah. So, but seemingly he keeps getting away with it. The other part of this episode that I thought was a little weird is, for some reason, they had a file like printed out and ready to go of Graydon Creed and his mom, dad, and Nightcrawler just like there. I don't know why they would need that, like, other than the exposition dump for the audience who may not remember it. But like, Rogue and Nightcrawler don't really need to look at a file to know who Creed is and who his family members and associates are, you know?
Or Nightcrawler just carries around.
just guilty as fuck.
I will say the exposition dump did work, because I kind of forgot that until he pulled it out. So
Yeah.
maybe it was for people like me.
There's a little bit of the back and forth between Nightcrawler and Rogue, and he's like, you know, in our family, nothing is this simple, because Rogue gives one of her colloquialisms around, you know, he doesn't deserve any sort of empathy or, you know, at this point. So I thought it was a pretty good colloquialism. It was, what, like a hungry alligator in a room full of kindergartners? Or, no, at a petting zoo. Sorry. At a petting
It was
zoo.
the alligator thing. Yeah, still not as good as the long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs, but
Nothing is
same
going to be as good as that. So.
same formula. So
Yep. And then you get a little bit of hollow interaction between Xavier and Val Cooper. Val is already working on getting the UN to approve her use of X Factor, and Xavier points out that he already kind of knows where they are, and the X-Men are on the way for it. I feel like Xavier like kind of showed his hand, because he should have said X Corp as opposed to my X-Men. Like, if you're gonna play this whole like scheme of like, we're a corporation, like, use the proper titling, Chuck. You know?
so I just kind of assumed X Corp was just like the, you know, the company they started, whatever. He still called them X-Men, but I don't know.
I mean, that's probably what he's doing. I'm saying from a branding perspective, if you're gonna go with the new brand, you stick to the new brand. So.
Yeah. I sent my E-suite to, or C-suite to the, the
Exactly. And then Beast is flying the Blackbird, so you know the Blackbird is going to get fucked up. And he gives a welcome to the Savage Land, which the way he delivered it, 100% to me was like, welcome to Jurassic Park. It felt like the same like beat and cadence to it, the way he was describing it.
And there would be another Jurassic Park like reference like 15 seconds later, so that was definitely a Jurassic Park reference.
So on the Blackbird with him is Nightcrawler, Rogue, Polaris, and Bishop. Polaris and Bishop are just like flirty as shit with each other this entire interaction. And Bishop is like, I don't want to say he's like negging her, but he's definitely like the like, I'm gonna sort of bully you kind of flirting with her as he's going for it.
And I guess, do we know his name is Lucas?
I mean, comic book readers have known he's Lucas for forever.
Okay.
I don't remember if it's ever been said in the show. So.
I don't think it was said in the show. It felt like a special moment, and I didn't remember. I mean, not remembering it doesn't mean anything, but like it felt like it was a big, because he didn't say Lorna, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't remember it being said, but that doesn't mean anything because, you know, it's been so long since we've watched the original episodes at this point. It's just the amount of content we've consumed, like that specific memory is lost on me. But comic book readers, like, maybe that's why it didn't even stand out to me, because it's like, oh yeah, that's his fucking name. So
yeah.
So they, you know, they're flirting a little bit back and forth. You get a little bit more of Nightcrawler talking about how he doesn't believe that anybody is above salvation, or which, okay, I get it. And then it seems like they're going to go deeper into like the argument about Creed again, and the power dampener hits, which is shown as a purple radiation, which we knew existed, not as formally like as like calling it like a power dampener tower. I don't think it was more. It was just kind of like people just shut off when they got there, you know?
Oh, okay. So okay. So that's what that blast was. Because like the way Bishop described it later, I thought that was separate from the dampener.
I got the impression that is the dampener, and because when they blow the dampener up, it's that same purple.
Yeah, yeah.
And he just happens to be the first one who gets hit by the radiation, and they get hit from behind, or they get missile shot at them that then like go around the back and hit the jet propulsion engines, whatever, thrusters. And Rogue is about to help him. Her power goes out, and then Bishop and a parachute like gets sucked out the back of the plane, and Lorna pulls off her seatbelt, dives out after. And I mean, the animation is beautiful, like her like doing the whole like, I have to get my body in like the most streamlined position to catch up to him. They catch for like a half second for that chute to deploy, and they're only in the air for like 3 or 4 seconds before they crash into the trees.
Yeah, so that was a badass sequence.
It was a great sequence.
That might have earned some extra rating points for me then on this episode.
This sequence is part of the reason why I'm sad that everything is done on a computer and there are not the physical animation cells that come from it. Like that part makes me sad, you know.
Yeah, you can't buy the cells, yeah.
Exactly. It would be a print or something like that, which are still beautiful in a lot of cases, but like you wouldn't be able to pull out the like the foreground and the background and stuff like that. So they land on top of each other, and there's that awkward like, oh, they're like ready to go moment. Yeah. And then the second Jurassic Park reference happens where there's the puddle on the side, and as there's like the rumble of a T-Rex coming, you see the water start to do the ripple effect. So
yeah.
And then I love that this T-Rex isn't actually even after them. It's just running. Like it had nothing to do with them.
It's on his morning jog.
Yeah. It kind of reminded me, oh shoot, there was a meme where it was like, I think it was like Charizard running, where it was like really doofy the way its head was waving back and forth, and it totally gave me that vibe for some reason.
Oh
yeah. Back at the remnants of the plane, Nightcrawler is upside down, and it is Colossus who actually is revealed to pull them out of the jet and everything like that. Rogue gets up, hits her head, and then is like, I forgot what pain feels like.
Yeah.
So it kind of leans to like all the stuff we've been talking about with Rogue since even the first season. The reason why she's able to like get smacked against like metal doors and stuff like that and get right back up is she's actually not feeling the pain, which is wild. Like the only pain she has is the emotional pain, not the physical pain.
Yeah, or at least it's dampened, because sometimes she seems like you know, like whatever, but not to the extent of like leaving a dent in a metal floor.
Mm-hmm. And then he asks if she's doing okay, and she's like, well, I was until now, basically.
Yeah. I was like, it's kind of funny that, maybe that was just a joke, but like bumping her head was the thing and not like being in a crash plane.
Being in a crash,
That usual, like, that for depowered mutants like humans wouldn't survive, you know?
Mm-hmm. So the other acolytes start to arrive. Colossus tells him to hang out. He knows that the X-Men are friends. And Rogue is like, well, yeah, but we're also here to rescue a hostage before you start World War III, which I feel like should be World War IV at this point, because, you know, we did have E-Day only 6 months ago, so...
That's true. But I guess that one, it wasn't really like the nations battling, right? It was just like, they were just like Magneto versus the world.
Magneto just declared war, but they didn't actually go to full-fledged war aside from trying to nuke him out of space.
Yeah.
So Nightcrawler decides to throw down like the familial relationship to Creed, assuming like there's a little bit of assumption that he knows that Colossus lost his sister. Because I feel like otherwise, why would you do that? Because like if somebody's committed crimes against your species, is saying they're my brother really going to appeal to the average person? It's like, oh, cool. Well, your brother's a piece of shit and we're going to kill him anyway, you know?
Yeah. And I can't decide like how naive or not Nightcrawler is even now. Because that statement especially is either manipulative or, you know, he's just like, but we save our siblings, right? No matter what. And I was like, I don't know. I personally out in the real world don't agree with that. But like
the no matter what is too much. And that's this whole like nobody's above salvation, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I don't know, man. Your brother's a real piece of shit and the world would be better without him. So
this is like a really extreme trolley problem because it's like, I don't know. I might pull that lever. Like,
my favorite trolley problem is still the child who sees it, and they literally turn it so the tires hit both tracks at the same time. It's like, oh, that kid's gonna be a sociopath growing up.
Yo, did you remember Michael from Vsauce?
Yeah.
He had this. I think it was on his YouTube original show where they tricked people into doing the. Maybe I brought this up before in here, but they tricked people into doing the trolley problem for real. And then they had to provide like weeks of therapy afterwards because some of these people genuinely believed in the moment that they had killed people by their own decision. I was like, what is that? I don't know how ethical that is.
I don't know. That's bad.
It's intriguing. You know, we've all wanted to see it, but
yeah, but like, I don't want to have that decision ever actually come down to me. You know,
I think that was actually the result of the experiment is that most people would rather like not have any be inactive than to have made a decision that caused anyone, you know, like
yeah.
So I don't know.
You feel guilty even if you didn't do something, but it's like, well, I didn't set up the problem. I'm just not making it worse, you know?
Yeah.
Yep. So they are kind of like, I don't give a shit. And Nightcrawler's, you know, trying to like play politics a little bit of like, well, let us check out what you built, see what it's like here, and make sure the prisoners treated fairly. And Colossus is like, all right, well, you know, you treat us with respect, we'll treat you with respect, and maybe even give you back your powers at some point, which definitely felt like that was never the intention for that to happen. So
I like that was the pitch, especially how we see Creed is being in prison. It's like, we just want to make sure it's humane. We get there like, oh, this is a literal dungeon.
The thing that like kind of stood out to me about this like little like paradise that they've built is it's really simple. Like they're essentially just living in ruins of one of these Savage Land like temples or whatever. They have a few like statues and stuff like that like around Magneto, but it's not luxurious in any way. It's very much the opposite of what Genosha was. They even say we only want the basics: food, water, power. I think Colossus referred to it as the simple concerns. So it has a very culty vibe to it, which makes sense because of the religious iconography of Exodus. But you know, it's not. Nobody here is gaining power by doing it. It's like they're not a murder cult, but they're kind of close to being a murder cult.
Yeah, they're kind of just like police, right? Like, I don't know how to, they're just enforcing what they believe because that's essentially what they did, right? They're negotiating like a prisoner.
Yeah, and later they refer to Exodus as a Templar, which is kind of like a religious soldier, religious knight, essentially.
Yeah. I also just assumed that he's really old.
In the comics, he's hundreds of years old.
So I just kind of assume maybe like Nightcrawler knew that he was a Knight Templar or something. I only say that because
Let's
I play
see.
I play the Assassin's Creed game, so that's my only touch point of history.
According to the quick results on Google, he was born in the 12th century. So
Possible.
that falls in line with like the Knights Templar and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I
so
believe.
maybe. Or it was a tease because of how old he is or something.
Right. But Nightcrawler also probably would have known him from their Genosha days together, too.
Yeah. Yeah, they're both... I don't... Is Exodus religious?
As a character?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, very.
Okay.
Yes.
So maybe that's another connection.
Like, religious zealot is, like, the best way, like, in the Krakoan era, like, he literally views Hope Summers as the mutant messiah. So,
so they're differing views of the same religion.
And different religions, too.
Yeah. It's interesting.
So, speaking of, you see the cell with that Creed is just, like, chained up in there. And... before that, you do see the memorial, which had Squid Boy on it, Madeline Pryor on it, Magneto, and then they mentioned that Peter painted the picture of Magik, which is always like one of those cool little things about like this big gigantic like metal man is he's actually a very talented painter, and that's consistent to that character in almost every iteration of him. So
this is a sensitive guy.
Even to the point in the game Marvel Strike Force that when they do his like bio card, like the one that shows you like the character and their powers and stuff like that, he's holding a palette.
Oh, nice.
Which is completely fucking ridiculous, but it's
kind of cute.
Yep. And they mentioned that they both have the same goal, which is for others to not have to endure what they went through. But kind of like what you were alluding to between Kurt and Exodus, it's the same goal for Peter and Kurt, but the way they're going about it is very different than each other. So,
but their goal is fair. They're like, we just want to exist.
So, Creed sees Nightcrawler arrive. I don't think I noticed it in the original shot, the establishing shot with him running for presidency thing. But in this shot, they made the scar super, super obvious on the side of his face. So I'm assuming that scar came from the last time we saw him in 92, where they dropped him at Creed's house or Sabretooth's house, because that wasn't an established thing prior. So
yeah, it looked like he tried to flay his face or something.
Yeah. And then Kurt starts speaking in verses, and then Creed's response is essentially, just kill me. I'd rather you just kill me than make me listen to this sermon. So
and it was Exodus that pointed out, like, it's like, even now he still fucking hates you.
Yeah.
You know. And I'll give him this. At least he's a bigot, but he's consistent.
Yeah, it was something like, even now your own kin still can't or still hate you. Yeah. So Exodus shows up, kind of insinuates that he's welcoming the X-Men to be there, kind of like as a helping hand for the new world that they're going to start building. But it kind of sounds like he's also like, well, we're going to take the world back to the fucking Stone Age because we don't even have like electronics other than the power dampener down here.
Yeah.
So.
Which the power dampener thing is more reasons that the X-Men need to destroy more stuff when they leave these big battles, because they left it functional enough that someone could resurrect
that somebody could rebuild it. Yeah,
like they should just like level that thing under the ground.
They should do what Storm did to that mainframe in '92, because it took forever for them to rebuild the database of all the mutants. So
just fry the one single computer.
Storm's computer fry was the absolute best one. So
yeah.
Then there is a little bit of the back and forth of Exodus is pissed because humans have let him Creed off for all the things that he's done wrong for them. And Nightcrawler's like, well, he hasn't had a day in court with us. His crimes were against our people. Let me argue for his soul, essentially. And that's where he drops the Templar comment about Exodus. So, and he basically says, if, Exodus wins, Kurt will join the Acolytes, showcasing that, even the X-Men can see the light. So kind of appealing to that cult leader vibe that Exodus gives off, with the caveat that Colossus needs to preside over the trial. So
there's a couple of fun implications of that. So the first one being like, does Colossus have any credentials to be a judge in the court of law? I know this is a new society, but that's kind of funny. And the other thing is like, I wonder if they just like used cartoon logic and skimmed over this, but like him coming from like the Soviet background versus most of the other people come from like Western backgrounds, like do they just assume that's all just gonna like jive,
So I think what they're playing off of is, in the comics, Colossus is usually seen as one of the most grounded of the characters and doesn't lead with emotion. Like, even the only reason in the comics that he joined the Acolytes was because his sister died of the legacy virus. But before that, when he was an X-Man, like, he was never the one turning to violence immediately. He wasn't, Wolverine trying to kill people and stuff like that. So Kurt, I think, feels a little bit of a kindred spirit of like, this is the most moral one, so he's the one I trust to do the right thing the most.
Well, I'm just saying like that the Acolytes would agree to that. We're like, sure, I guess. Like, I don't know.
It's also, to an extent, the Acolytes are just kind of placating the X-Men there, because they have all the power. They literally have the power to do this. And Exodus also knows if for some reason shit goes belly up, he could just win anyway. He doesn't need, because he thinks he's invincible from the power dampener.
Yeah, he's gonna vaporize it right anyway.
Yeah, but it also gives the implication that Colossus and the team, or Colossus and the Acolytes, don't know that Bishop and Polaris are on the island, because nobody has been like, oh, we should probably try to find our friends who fell out the back of a fucking jet.
Yeah, because they don't have any. They have the power dampener, but they don't have any other tech. Right?
Yep. So it's kind of like, I guess, blind faith from Kurt and Beast and Rogue, that they're like, all right, well, our guys are either dead or gonna save us, so let's just kill as much time as we can. And if they're dead, there's nothing we can do about it. So Bishop and Polaris are at the plane. They grab guns, and then this had to be like a euphemism that popped up here, because she was like, don't implode on me, when he was mentioning that his, like, he just needs to release the power that's been building up inside of him.
I didn't think about that. Yeah, I was going to say, like, because earlier the way he described it just kind of sounded like he was constipated. So, but I didn't even pick up on that. That's kind of funny.
I mean,
she's like, you're being
I'm definitely reading too far into it. I'm doing what you used to do in the other series.
She's like, I know I'm blue balling you, but like, we got to save these people first, and then we can get down.
And then it's like, well, Polaris says that she has a plan. It's not going to be stealthy, but it's going to be fun. And you see the pterodactyls, or whatever the fuck they are, of the Savage Land flying through. In this like arena thing, they actually, I didn't know it, but the one who says like blah 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 presiding over the trial and all that shit, that was Senyaka's voice, and I only know that because when I do my rewatch, I put the captions on.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
So he finally has a voice.
Finally has a voice. You do see a few X-Men that are, Acolytes that are pretty identifiable in there. Amelia, who is Xavier's ex, which we pointed out alongside Mellencamp and Gargoyle in the prequel comic. They're all in there too. And then behind Mellencamp, there is the mutant wearing basically like all gold with a helmet. That one is Tempo. Tempo was used pretty frequently recently, so that's why like she stood out to me. Other quick run through of names: Barnacle, Anna Marie Cortez, who is Fabian Cortez's sister, Neophyte, Burner, who is actually not a X-Men or not an Acolyte in the comics, but is the one who was friends with Gambit from the Bayou. The guy with the half robot arm is Katu Kahil, you have Scanner, and then there's another one called Remrem and Static. And then in addition to that are Rusty and Skids, who were the kids from the orphanage Purple Man episode that got recruited in the prequel comic book. So,
and I remember Rusty from one of the original episodes.
Yes, Rusty was the one who was in the orphanage where Scott blew up the abandoned building that was definitely filled with squatters. So, and
Deadpool too, right?
Yes, the same kid from Deadpool. Yep. So they basically are like, all right, Sunyaka just whips Creed for the hell of it. And Exodus goes through first and gives a very quick, prosecution, which to me tells me he doesn't give a shit. It's him, doing just for pomp and circumstance, because he doesn't think he has a chance of losing this.
And he is kind of stating the obvious, Mm-hmm. None of the things were untrue.
Yep. Yeah, and literally calls out that the humans let him off. There's also... They don't go as far as calling it the Garden of Eden, but they literally say, original sin, and represent him as the serpent that is in their garden right there. So all the religious iconography when it ties to Exodus is very, very obvious. So on the other side of stuff, Nightcrawler asks, why do you hate mutants? And Creed gives the iconic line that matches what he said to Jubilee at that Friends of Humanity rally in 92. And it was, you were born. I interpreted that, though, as he was saying that to Nightcrawler directly, to an extent.
Oh, yeah, maybe, yeah. So, I kind of saw it as, and this kind of goes in tandem with what you're saying, that the first time we heard it, we had it in one context, and this doesn't change the meaning of it, but it extends the context, because especially with Kurt gets out of him, it's like, oh, it just gives it so much more meaning than he's just evil. He is evil, but it's not just a random Megatron evil.
It's not evil for just the sake of power.
Yeah. Or what is it? It's been out long enough, and it doesn't matter. The Masters of the Universe movie, the Jared Leto Skeletor. Whenever they ask him, why are you doing this? He's like, 'cause I'm the villain.
Does he actually say that?
Yep, on several occasions.
He's, aside from being poison as a human being, he's just fucking poison for any box office.
Yeah, it's a good, he didn't deliver it good, but I love that the writers wrote that as the character is I'm the villain. Okay, that's it.
They have a little bit of back and forth where, he was born a man, no powers. Creed tries to, give a little bit of a gut punch to Nightcrawler. He's like, well, Mom threw you off of a waterfall. And then that's where, stuff kind of changed, because she abandoned Creed, but he stayed with Sabretooth and was basically just kind of getting abused and beat on. And he thought he was going to finally get his powers when he hit roughly 13. And then that never came for him. So after all the beatings and stuff like that, he never even got the powers that would have, quote unquote, made it worth it. And to an extent, that makes it feel like it's the bigotry is tied to jealousy specifically, because it feels like he would have been okay with all of it had he been bigger, stronger, faster than Sabretooth.
Yeah, or just he doesn't feel special, so he had to make himself feel different. It's kind of like the people who are just contrary online, just be contrary.
There are any people who do that, Rod. Yeah, and that is kind of the part that Nightcrawler ends with, of you, at the end of the day, you were upset because you were just human and they made you feel lesser for that. So Exodus is not happy at this point. He's just kind of giving dirty looks, things like that. He finally just grabs him and is like, all right, give us the verdict, Colossus. And Colossus hesitates. And I think this is the funniest part of the entire episode, is he hesitates, and that is enough for Exodus to just be like, fuck this, I'm going to attack you now, let's go. Knowing what you know at the end of the episode, Exodus cost himself everything. It was his own hubris that just completely fucked him up on this.
It's Oedipus journey, right?
Is that?
Well, like he's not fucking his own mom, but like his actions to try to avoid, the outcome resulted in the outcome.
Okay. Yes.
So, like,
yes. Okay. I was like, all right, we have to skip the mom part. Yeah. So yes, Exodus attacks, and right at that time, because Saturday morning cartoon logic is timing is always perfect, the tower starts to blow up. Polaris and Bishop are coming down on their pterodactyls, and I like Exodus does this like big power blast, like matter manipulation, and it ends up hitting Polaris and Bishop off. And because the power is back, Bishop can actually take the physical hit. So he gets underneath Polaris to return the favor of what she did earlier in the episode. I love that symmetry between them. So,
and any reason for them to hook up?
I mean, they're definitely gonna bang. There's no doubt they're gonna bang. So, big fight happens. Don't need to go into all the details, but there was one part I did especially love. I have to give the credit to, I think it was Align who said this at Scum and Villainy last night, where the golden balls that Polaris makes off of the armor of one of the acolytes hits Professor X's ex, Amelia, in the face. And I was like, oh, I hit Professor X's ex. And Align was like, yes. For some reason, in X Corp, Professor X just smiled and he doesn't know why. It was, his delivery was so perfect on it. I have to give him all the credit in the world too. Yeah.
He's probably telepathically keeping tabs on his exes. He's like, oh, okay.
Well, we talked about it in the comic stuff where she went from being on Genosha as a triage doctor to now like full-fledged acolyte again. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Because she was an acolyte, was on Asteroid M, and then went to Genosha, helped people, and was like, fuck this, I'm over it, I'm going back to being an acolyte again. So
I mean, there probably weren't any other options. What do you go back to like normal society after all that?
I don't think you can, no. Yeah. There is, this awesome like save moment for Creed when Nightcrawler stops it with the sword, and then they have a teleporter sword fight, which is awesome. That's cool.
Yeah.
No. There was one point where they knock over one of like the bigger mutants, and Beast jumps off his stomach, and there's literally a boing. Sound effect.
I checked for that in the rewatch because like maybe I just made it up because I was tired.
So. I thought so too. I legit was paying attention at that point. Creed is going for the gun. Then it focuses on the fact that Nightcrawler basically has Exodus like, two swords around him. And the line of the entire episode is that he was just clamoring for his 15 minutes of faith. I love that line delivery from Nightcrawler.
So we're just going to clip this out that JC liked a pun.
Shut up, Rob.
Okay, so here's a little thing. So this is another thing I have to credit to Gina. I didn't know this about Exodus, but he has amplified powers when people have faith in him. So was that in reference to that, I'm guessing? Like
that you're saying it out loud. Yes, that absolutely makes sense.
He has the adoration of all these other mutants and stuff. So that's another reason I was like, I guess like if they come back to, I wouldn't be surprised if they came back to the scene later and all these people are mourning him and he just comes back to life.
And he brings him back.
Some sort of power thing. I don't know. It's like every Santa Claus movie, right?
Here's the thing. I would rather have that be the way he gets brought back than like some of the other stuff where it's like, okay, it's just like the Necrotia story or like the resurrection protocols from Krakoa. I like it being specific to him. Like there's something special about that,
Yeah.
So,
but he does get shot. So.
Yeah, he gets shot through the chest. So. And maybe a part of that is like some of those acolytes, like, oh wow, yeah. As you're describing, like you reminded me on the power set. Could it be the fact that some of the acolytes started losing faith in him as they were hearing Nightcrawler's argument, and then the fact that he jumped right into a fight as opposed to letting Colossus give it? Like that's a momentary lapse in faith that makes whatever shielding he might have be weaker than if he was at full, cult vibes.
That would be a fun reason for him to get a shot, especially because like that makes him have to be the ultimate politician, right? You can't make bold statements without having everyone's backing. So that'd be kind of cool if that was
and it makes the 15 minutes of faith even more impactful, because that is the moment that the shot happens, that the faith in him dropped out and the shield went away.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, I like working through stuff in real time. So I love that Polaris's response as Creed grabs the gun and puts it to Nightcrawler's head is throw a sword at him. Like, she's very much her father's daughter, right?
Yeah, metal, right?
Yeah. Oh, stabby goes at person. So
yeah.
They end up teleporting into the snow surrounding the Savage Land, and there's just more of the back and forth between them as a sibling group, and it's like, should you be forgiven? That's literally what gods are meant to do, is be the ones to judge you on that. And I love
I do love that Nightcrawler lost his patience there. He was like, I fucking gave you every chance.
Yeah.
But also, like, I kind of wonder if Nightcrawler feels like that trolley problem thing, where, Exodus's death is kind of on Nightcrawler.
It is. Yeah. So the note I wrote there, because, is it, should I spare you and put other people at risk? Or do I commit an atrocity by murdering you and spare the possible deaths from everybody else? I kind of call that the Batman conundrum, because like Batman's whole like don't kill thing. Every single modern story of Batman is like, if you just killed the Joker the first time, thousands of people would have survived. And this happens with so many of your enemies. Like you keep going for redemption and other people pay the price, but you never do.
Plus, I'm pretty sure he kills a lot of other people around, just not the main villains.
Accidentally, right?
Maybe. I don't know. Is it an accident if you're like driving through a building in like a market or something?
Batman doesn't kill. The Batmobile, though. Oh, there was a great video game clip that happened today, appropriately timed for Spider-Man, where like Spider-Man also has a do not kill rule. It's two guys webbed to the side of a car, and Peter goes around to the other side of the car, and it's like a quick time event. So he's like, picking up the car to flip it over to pull somebody out from under it. But that implies that when he flips the car, it lands on top of the two people that were webbed to the side of it.
Lips are sealed.
And that is, the last fuck you from Nightcrawler is essentially, no matter what, you are very much your parents' son, and then he teleports away, leaving Creed in the snow.
I do like that dig. That's a good insult.
It's a great insult. He's like, I only have the shitty mom. You have a shitty mom and dad, and you're just like the two of them.
Yeah, you're like them.
Yep. So Val and Xavier are having more of their back and forth. As promised, he was found alive, which is all Xavier said he was going to do. And Val points out, history or not, that if he steps over that one little line, then she's going to basically go take away the X-Men, X-Corp, etc. Did you see any of the theories online about Mystique that is new information compared to previous weeks?
No, I didn't.
So I didn't even notice it, but there's a cat in the shot with Val and Polaris.
Okay.
And it resembles the pattern of a cat that Mystique was at some point.
I don't know if I can handle Mystique turning into animals in this series.
No, not in this show. I don't want it in this show.
Because for some, it just doesn't compute for me.
Yeah.
Like
it didn't compute in the last show either. To be fair, you were really fucked up in Evolution. Yeah.
Was it Evolution? Yeah, Evolution. I mean, I got used to it because that had its own like kind of ridiculousness to it. But I don't know. But this one, it doesn't. Yeah, like there's no snow. I don't know. Maybe
it doesn't feel as grounded as this show.
Yeah.
Right.
Or just the rules that were set up. I don't know.
Yeah. So it's either a red herring, Or it's the ultimate conclusion that everybody was pushing for the entire time, where it is Val is Mystique, which I don't want, because I like Val as a separate character. Like, I like what they've done with this character. I don't want it to just be a Mystique reveal.
I just don't know, because not knowing anything about Val in her history, she's just getting bolder for being just like a normie, you know? So I don't, maybe those reveal she has some sort of power set or something. Because like, to make, okay, like, even if you have the whole like the backing of the government, blah, blah, and stuff, political power and stuff, like, Xavier could just, like, think and, like, zap her brain, you know? Like,
but she knows he won't.
Or some, but what if it's not him? Like, what?
Other people, sure.
There's a world full of mutants, you know? That, like, there's a whole fucking acolytes out there, you know?
Yeah. She could get death noted very easily, is your point, yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't know. It's just, like, really bold to, like, I don't know, maybe that's, like, another chip in my thing of, like, her being somebody else, or, you know? Or
it could always be, hey, she got put in charge of X Factor. Then there's the swap between Mystique and her, and she's only been her for like a month and a half. Like, she was the one who was pulling people and recruiting them or capturing them with X Factor, maybe, you know. So,
or
if it's gonna be that, that's what I want it to be. So
here's Rod's dumb theory that is not plausible, but would be hilarious.
I hate it because it's gonna be right.
Is that the cat is not Mystique, but does kill Val? That'd be hilarious.
Right, I think we finally found the really dumb theory that I'm safe on.
Wait, what is it?
If the cat kills fucking Val, I will punch you in the face. In real life, I will go to your house and punch you in the face.
Because the closest thing I had to that from last season was I was like, I don't know, is the Hulk going to show up in the finale?
This is dumber than the Hulk.
So, yeah. But here's my thing. What if the cat is not a cat? You know, because there's like flirkins and shapeshifters and I don't know, you know. So
you're saying it's still the cat. It's not Mystique, but it's not necessarily a feline. It's another thing that could kill Val.
Yeah, but I think it would be funny if it was just a normal cat that killed
just
her.
A regular cat.
But it could be anything, you know.
For your theory to be accepted, it could be anything. I'll still be mad, but I won't be as mad if it's like a fucking alien or something like that. Yeah. Oh, you are absolutely brutal. Landing back at the mansion, they welcome Peter home, which again is a little retconny because he was never a full-fledged member of the team previously.
I guess, yeah. Or not that we know of that. I guess, like, well, no, we pretty much saw everything. So, yeah.
We saw everything, and he had his two appearances, one where he was in the States and one where they went to fight Omega Red. So, yeah. But Peter could tell that Kurt has something weighing on him, and it's what is the decision. And he's like, you didn't convince me. Which, like I said, that is the biggest irony for Exodus, because he literally was going to win and didn't need to do any of the shit he was going to do.
Yeah. I like the honesty, because what he said, he's like, you didn't convince me, you would have convinced her, though. Yeah. And like, I was the same. It's like, maybe you convince somebody else, but like, man, if Rod was the judge of that thing, I'd be like, yeah, lock this guy up. Holy crap! Yep. Like, what are you doing?
Well, the part of it that is kind of the funniest is the current iteration of Ileana is she is always ready to fight, and like was one of the war generals of Krakoa. Like, so she's like, casualty of war, that guy's a murderer, let's go. Like, she wouldn't have an issue with it in like the heat of battle either. But this is also implied as being a younger version of her that for some reason let herself get blasted. So yeah. Yep. And then we go to Athens, and you see X-Force has arrived. You see the body on the table, which is a like shrunken version of Apocalypse with one tooth missing. You notice they made sure one tooth was missing at the front. And Jubilee picks up the burnt Queen of Hearts card, which is the card that Apocalypse picked up out of the ashes in Genosha. Which I want to hear your theory before I say what mine is for what happened with this whole scene.
I don't really know, except because of the context of the show and stuff. I just know he's not dead. But, like, it is a striking image. I don't know what, 'cause I'm not a filmmaker, so like I just kind of wish that there was like the show was structured, and this is not a criticism on the writers, but just like I wish that there was something here where like that would be genuinely like oh my god, like if for some reason there's something about Gambit and Remember, you know, like that was just like, oh, this feels permanent, even if we know he's going to come back as Death or something. Like, and I wish there was some similar impact with like seeing Apocalypse's corpse, because you see that that's what Cable feels like. He's like, what the hell, you know?
Yeah,
but
like Cable literally says it's not possible. But I don't believe that, because we know Apocalypse is going to be there at the end of time, you know? Yeah,
well, and it's just the concept of the context of the show. It was just like he's not gone. Like, I don't know. Like, but I don't know. It does set up, for me, it sets up an interesting mystery, because I don't have any context about like how he could be, like if there's two of them, or he's now in Gambit, or something else, or, you know, because I think a bunch of people pointed out before that in the last episode, it's like, oh, look at Apocalypse being dramatic, just talking to himself. It's like, but I guess maybe he's not talking to himself. So
yeah, like is there a clone of him that he's putting his own spirit into? Like, I don't, like, I saw a few people online say like they thought that he's put his essence into Gambit. I don't think that makes sense. But I could be wrong too.
Or I don't know if they're doing some weird time travel thing where like he possesses a younger version of himself or something. I don't know, you know.
Or he's like, you know, there were leftover Sinister clones or something like that, you know.
Oh yeah, because they're not on Savage Island anymore.
No, this is in Greece.
So, yeah. So I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, I think we all know Apocalypse is not dead. I'm curious where it's going to go, but I kind of feel like it's like he just is in another body, and this is like a red herring that X-Force is getting like deceived by kind of scenario. So,
you know what would be a great mic drop that I would love to eat my words if next episode they're like, yeah, he's gone, and there's a greater threat.
Like they just treat him like he's dead.
Because Cable's like, it's impossible, blah blah, and there's like, no, he literally, like, something happened,
right,
and it didn't work. The transfer power, he was trying to go to Gambit or something, it didn't work, or you know, but then like they realized that like Apocalypse was like withholding a greater threat or something, you know. I don't know, that's probably not going to happen, but like that would be a real great like stakes, you know, like.
I do think it's funny that that Archangel, very, very calm, considering we're seeing Apocalypse dead in front of him.
Yeah.
Like, he has to just be going through, like, total, like, jealousy trauma shock, because he's like, I wanted to be the one to do this.
Yeah. Maybe we'll see that in the next episode.
Right, like, that's the cold open kind of scenario.
He's freaking out, yeah.
Overall, I think it's a good episode. I don't think it's a 9 like IGN gave it. I think, like, the 8.2 is way more accurate to what this episode is in the grand scheme of things. But that's just me. So,
yeah, this is definitely not the best episode. And I think, I mean, without going back and rewatching the other 97 episodes, I think this is one of my like less favorite ones, but still great. You know, like that Polaris saving Bishop scene was great.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Exodus. It was kind of cool to see him do like 3 things.
and I love your theory for how he's going to come back to life too. So.
Oh yeah, and that's just like with my like very like new knowledge, you know. So I don't have any backing.
No. No. I will say one last thing with regard to last week's episode. There is a cosplayer, Rex LeBeau is her name, and she mentioned the relationship between Havoc and Polaris very much mirrors like the abusive relationships of Magneto. So it's like she's very much her father's daughter, even if she's not trying to be. So
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. I do like, because
Havoc was just like, oh cool, do you have anywhere to go? It's like that's their breakup conversation.
Yeah.
Or Havoc is so stupid he doesn't know they're broken up.
Oh yeah, that's probably more the case.
Yeah.
I do like how much like Polaris is like, we're like seeing like a personality, because I feel like in the like up until like the last episode where she was being, you know, like a loose cannon or whatever, she was just kind of like mutant number 5 or something.
Yes.
And now
I mean, especially in the 92 run, like all the X Factor like kids were boring. So
yeah. So it's been really cool to see her. I hope she's like is kind of like a new like mainstay in the main
The fact
team.
that they're giving her like a title card gives me a lot of hope for like the rest of this season, and then like it almost feels like there's going to be 2 full teams next season, because you're going to have like, you have so many characters, like you kind of have to divvy them up at some point, right?
Yeah. Hopefully more episodes. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, we also like I said, there was that the trailer that came out that had the pyro and avalanche stuff in it, as well as another character that I'm not going to spoil in case somebody hasn't seen it yet. But then there's also that one clip of Psylocke stabbing Wolverine through the head, and he's like, "Oh, it's already too fucked up in there for you to do anything." And we haven't gotten that scene yet.
Yeah.
And then there's a shot from the trailer where it's like everybody in their X-Corp outfits, like facing and shooting in one direction, and Polaris is in that lineup, so that's got to be in like the next 2 episodes too, obviously. So
yeah,
I feel like we have a lot to go with only 2 episodes left.
Yeah, I mean, it's because we're used to speed running with this series now, so we're basically at the finale, right? So
yeah, even though it's not a 2-part finale, this is part 1 of the finale next. So.
Yeah, it's basically gonna be like Gambit finale, Apocalypse finale, right? And then teaser to the next year.
And then fingers crossed, as long as scheduling works out, we should have a guest on for next week. But Rod knows the rule: we don't announce the guest until they've recorded with us, because shit changes.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for joining us. If you have any thoughts, make sure to drop them into either the comments of the YouTube video, Spotify upload, or Instagram post about this episode. If you like what you heard, we'd appreciate a rating on the podcast app of your choosing. Also, share our clips, because that is like the best way for podcast accounts to grow, is to share the clips with people. Like that would be nice. Trial reels are pretty solid, but I want more shares personally. So, yeah.
All right, now we're gonna go see Brand New Day.
Yep. And I'm not gonna go to sleep until 2 a.m. It's gonna be great.